I'm here as a conservative, pro-choice woman. And I don't think 10, 5, or even maybe 2 years ago, we would have been talking about reproductive rights in elections. Because it was seen as too controversial, not a winning issue, and frankly, it seemed like settled law. Clearly, the landscape has shifted 180 degrees. How do you see this moment and how we got here?
So first, I want to thank the two of you for your extraordinary courage and leadership on this issue. The voice that you each have carried and continue to carry is the voice of so many people who may not have the ability to do what the two of you have done so courageously, and I thank you for that. And we should applaud their courage. It takes a lot of courage to do what you two are doing. Extraordinary courage. So, just over 2 years ago, the highest court in our land, you know, I think about it, the court of Thurgood Marshall and RBG, took a constitutional right that had been recognized from the people of America, from the women of America. And thereafter, in state after state, extremists proposed and passed laws that would punish healthcare providers. I mean, in a state like Texas, you know, their law provides for life in prison for a doctor who administers care. Laws that would punish women, criminalize doctors, punish women. Laws that make no exception even for rape and incest. You know, many of you know I started my career as a prosecutor. You may not know one of the reasons why. When I was in high school, I learned that my best friend was being molested by her stepfather. And I said to her, you have to come stay with us. You have to come live with us. I called my mother. My mother said, of course she does. And she did. So I decided I wanted to take on a career that was about protecting, in particular, women and children from violence. And the notion that these extremists would say to a survivor of such a crime of violence and a violation of someone's body, and to say to that survivor, and you have no right or authority to decide what happens to your body next, that's immoral. What has been happening in our state is that, you know, I've talked with so many women who have a similar story to what you have shared, women who want to have children and have gone through the horrible experience of a miscarriage and need care, need medical care, and denied access to an emergency room because the healthcare providers there believed they would be exposed to a criminal case if they helped. The number of stories that I've heard about women and their partners, their spouses, their families silently suffering. Think about what's happening in our country when you know that the majority of women who receive abortion care are mothers. Okay? Well, God help her if she's in a state with a ban. God help her if she has paid family leave or affordable child care. Think about, you know, I say to my staff and my team for years, I say, you know, in public policy, always ask, how does this impact a real human being? Right? So think about what we're saying to her. That she's going to, God help her if she's got extra money to buy a plane ticket and for a hotel room. And then what does that mean? She has to go to the airport, stand in line at TSA, get on a plane, sit next to a perfect stranger, go to a city where she's never been to receive this care, to only get back as soon as she can because she got to take care of those kids. Her best friend's not with her because her best friend's taking care of the kids. Think about what we're putting people through. The other thing, though, that I have experienced in these 2 years as I travel around our country, and I've taken almost 100 trips in connection with this issue. It's my 6th time since the Dobbs decision coming to Michigan. And one of the things I've found also are the stories of people who tell me about themselves. You know, I've I once felt very strongly about this. Didn't believe in abortion, didn't believe in it.
That was
But
me.
right? And they are saying, but I didn't expect this would happen.
That was the household I grew up in. That was me
Right.
and my mom. We're conservatives. We grew up in a conservative Catholic household in Texas, very Republican family. That was me, but we've evolved.
Yeah, because I think that, first of all, on this issue, most people believe that one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body. Right? If she chooses, she will talk with her priest or her pastor or her rabbi or her imam, but it shouldn't be the government telling her what to do. And I do believe the majority of us as Americans have empathy and don't will upon another suffering. I do believe that, and that's what I'm finding, to your point about people who felt strongly before the decision came down, and now they're seeing how it's playing out, and they don't intend that people would have that experience.